How can we ensure that more children in Connecticut finish high school?
I'm not sure I have a nice, easy answer for you, John. I'd like to just piggyback a little bit off the questions you asked Tom and Dan. This is, I think, one of the most challenging issues we have in the state. As I said, I don't have nice glib answers. From a principal standpoint, I believe that choice is important. Many of us in this room can move from community to community if we don't like the school system that our children are in, or we can opt out for private education. That's not true the lower down the income strata you are. Some of that is attributable, I think, to the graduation rate. So there's fundamentally, I think, that choice, providing people flexibility to go, whether they're charter schools or whether they're different schools, the way that, for example, in Dankosky has set them up on a competitive basis in the city of Hartford, makes a lot of sense. But I also know, and Tom mentioned this earlier, you've got entrenched issues in communities where the school system is viewed as the end-all and the be-all. People don't want choice, or they don't want people coming into their communities. It's a very serious issue. I don't have a nice, easy answer for you, John. I think that the kinds of things that we've done in the city of Hartford with the local education fund is a step in the right direction.
Dan Malloy, how can we ensure that more children in Connecticut finish high school?
We have to measure results on a yearly basis for each and every child. There needs to be a program for each child, believe it or not, for each child in a school. We need to monitor their success. We need to provide mentors. We need to provide family intervention when that's appropriate. We need to build a system of universal pre-kindergarten in the state of Connecticut. We need a new summer jobs program for high school students to give them an understanding of why they should stay in school and continue to work. For a long time, Connecticut's and the United States education model was simply based on the idea that you would offer an education with no requirement that that offer be taken. The No Child Left Behind Act, whether you agree with it or not, and I certainly have disagreements with the funding aspect of it, actually began the process of changing it. Offering an education is not good enough. Making sure that children receive an education and that their results are measured in such a way that their parents and they can understand it is the way that we're going to change education in this state. It's already working. It's already working and making massive changes. Unfortunately, we opened school, let me just make this
sure.
We opened school in September with 1,200 fewer teachers than we had the year before. We're going to open school this year with 2,000 to 2,500 fewer teachers than we had last September. We should be ashamed of ourselves.
Tom Marsh.
Well, I have an easy answer that's difficult to implement, and that's expectation. You raise expectations, you're going to raise graduation rates. And a personal example, when my daughter was in 4th grade, she wasn't doing very well, and there wasn't a very high expectation for her to meet certain objectives. And we changed schools with her. When the expectations changed for her work habits improved. And I think if you look across the community, people want to succeed, people want opportunity. If the expectations aren't there to do well, you're not going to do well. You need to look out at your peers and say, I want to be like that. I see what that hard work generated for that person. That created opportunity when he worked hard. And I think, again, if you take down the silos and you look at all the issues as a group, you're going to say people in their hearts are good. They want to succeed. They want to do well. But you need role models. You need examples out there so that each following generation or each following class can say, I see the successes that came before me. And until we start putting those successes out there, we're not going to see success in graduation rate.